Clark Sewer District, meeting for February third, 6 P.M., Lincoln Public Library. The meeting process will address routine, board business, items 1 through 7 of the agenda, then allow public input on individual items listed on both old business and new business, only after each item has been discussed by the board. The chairperson will ask how many persons will be speaking on the item. The public input will be limited to 5 minutes for each party if more than 5 people wish to be heard. After public input is heard, the chairperson will entertain a motion on the item. The board will vote on the motion and before moving on to the next item. Also note, we do have recording devices, so please, if you would tonight, clearly state your name, because I know we don't have full video coverage, but that way we know who's speaking at whatever time. Call to order, we have the board, Susie Gearing, present, Eric Gould, present, Dan Thomas, present, Mike Winters, present, Mark Dawkins is not present due to medical We have enough for reform, we may proceed. Did all board members have time to review and approve the minutes, or read the minutes that were presented, last Thursday?
Yes.
We don't have copies for anybody?
You got emailed a copy, did you?
Well, the rest of us didn't.
How about
We don't have any here.
public?
I was at the last meeting, I'll make a copy, make sure it's accepted.
We don't have any copies.
We have a copy of an agenda. Anybody? No?
There should be one hanging in the library I can retrieve.
Thank you.
Do we have the minutes at all from last month? Because I believe they have a copy over here.
Right here.
What did you decide not to have, this Frank now, see, did you decide not to have the minutes or something?
No,
Or
I think it
agenda?
was, well, we have the agendas, I think the minutes were just a clear.
Every meeting that you've had been available for the public, so that's what I'm asking, is why not tonight?
Probably because we've been put on administrative leave and, since Sunday, so
There's one
normally,
place at the service.
normally this would be something that we would provide for you, but we've been locked out.
So there's no,
We've been locked out, so.
interesting.
Thank you. 10 copies enough? Oh, you're right. These are December's.
Well, then no one put them in the book.
Because they weren't approved yet, they're talking about the meeting minutes from the January meeting that are going to be approved tonight. And they don't get put in that book until after they are approved by the board.
So we have no minutes to review or approve.
Why were you?
The board has minutes.
And the board members reviewed it.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Do we have a second?
As presented how? As presented to what?
We'll have public comment during old business and new business.
Could you read the minutes?
Oh,
I think that's a good idea.
Well, that's usually what happens in these meetings when they do that. And that's. So last meeting, you guys, we had that discussion about public comment on the minutes, if you were here to talk about it. So now all of a sudden it's changed. You don't have any manager, you don't have any secretary thing. What's going on, guys? We're the district here. What's up?
We're your representatives, Frank. And we're gonna,
The representative-
hold on. We're gonna run the meeting according to the bylaws that you helped set up.
I don't think you can have a meeting when you don't have things in order
Would
right
you,
now.
would you suggest we just adjourn the meeting?
It's a good possibility right at this point in time, because right now conducting any further business until you get this figured out, you need to address the district. So I would suggest that you address the district.
We are,
about what's going on.
we are addressing the district.
You have no business going through with the minutes right now, because you do not have public comment. We haven't read it.
You don't get public comment on the minutes.
Yes, you do.
It's in the bylaws, Frank. You
We
have-
had this discussion last time, so if I could read the
You
minutes right
have-
now, Mike,
you
I would
have-
be able to concur with you, but right now, I don't have any way
You
to
can't.
comment on those minutes.
You
So we pay our bill in town, we have nothing to say?
You have all the comment in the world at the end of the meeting and during the old business and new business.
Okay.
On each item in the old business and new business.
Okay, we can
Again, Forrest
reschedule.
Purcell here speaking.
Go ahead, Forrest.
Could you read the minutes from the last meeting that you had?
Yes.
Yeah, we
The
could,
agenda for
or
today.
we could postpone and reschedule and have proper
Oh, no, read 'em.
documentation.
Let's read them.
Oh, no, we're just
We were-
reading.
Let's get the reading.
Okay.
Agenda.
Thank you.
You have to read. I don't have my laptop. Yeah.
If somebody emails them to me, I could probably print them in the library, make copies real quick.
Okay, call to order was there, Eric at 6:17, roll call. Susie, Eric, Dan, Mike, and Mark were all present. There was a quorum. Staff was, Chris and Sarah were present. Public was Francis Buller, Roger Day, Aaron Day, Frank Malik, Lori Atwood, Troy Atwood, Mark Thomas, Forrest Marcel, and 2 ratepayers. Doug and Jeffrey Mager attended via Zoom. Recording the minutes, announcement from Sarah. There would be video recording on tablet and posted to YouTube as a district channel. Meeting is also, the meeting is also being recorded and transcribed, so it was, for future access. Yeah, please state your name before speaking.
Where's the transcription? If
The,
you said it.
it's on YouTube. I do know the meeting was on YouTube and it's posted there on the Lincoln Sewer site.
It was on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah. So the actual meeting and stuff.
So that's a
is-
video, that's not a transcription. The transcription would be writing it.
I know, it was on thumb drive, storage, but actual location, like if it's uploaded to a simple source or not, I am unaware at this time.
But you realize what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, yeah,
So
to actually
you
get the
don't have a
audio.
hard copy of this at all?
It should be in the safe deposit box, but, like I said, I didn't check it, because we're restoring stuff
Have a safe
also.
deposit box.
I'm talking,
Okay.
I'm talking about the minutes.
Right. Sorry to interrupt. Normally, that would have been handled by Sarah, and would have been printed out and brought tonight, but like I said, we haven't been able to access the office for the last 2
That's a
days.
big concern right now,
So-
though. Even before you conduct any more business. I'm
Yep.
sorry, it really is.
But let's
It
move
really
on
is.
with, right,
You wanna finish reading?
yep.
Approval of minutes, board reviewed minutes from prior meeting. Motion, approved minutes was presented, moved by Susie, second Dan. Vote passed by unanimous aye. Financial report, Mike Winters, period, December 1 through 31/25, gross sales, $22,760. Total expenses, $16,198. Net operating income, a profit of $6,562. Bank accounts, current cash on hand, $109,345. Off the balance sheet, we have total fixed assets, $1,531,000 total, total assets. That's fixed assets, total assets, $1,644,766. Total liabilities, $315,352, total equity, $1,329,000. Total liabilities and equity, $1,329,414. Accounts aging, accounts receivable aging, $17,432, 30 days, $3,611, 60 days, $1,626, 90 days, $1,022.91, over 90, $9,546. With prepays, those had prepaid for some amount of time, $8,805. Motion to accept the financial report is submitted, Suzie, second by Dan, vote 4 aye, 1 nay. Manager's report, Chris. Excuse me, Key Point vehicles, 150 miles, or, excuse me, Ford F-150, 125 miles this month. Pump truck, New Holland tractor backhoe, 0 miles. Storm power outage. Blackfoot, report on the storm power outage. Blackfoot station on diesel backup generator, 12 hours, 25 gallons of fuel used, about an eighth of a 200-gallon tank. Center Street station on propane, 3 days, 65 gallons used from 58% to 45% of a 500-gallon tank. One alarm at Sleepy Hollow lift station when power restored, no backups reported. Flow meters, new flow meters have arrived. Plan to develop installation schedule and a PSA asking residents, public service announcement asking residents to limit use on installation days. Proposed approach, do one station at a time, about 10 to 12 days apart. Potential Blackfoot line leaks, concern about possible leaks on 1 mile section from Blackfoot station to Lagoon. Plan, pressure test before and after meter installation, consider pipe relining if necessary. No formal motion, board consensus to proceed with planning bids and public service announcement. Old business. Mark's position, Mark's board position, legal status. Public objection, Suzie, Roger, and Frank reiterate protest that Mark Dawkins can only serve as ex officio non-voting based on their reading of Montana law. Board response, Eric notes that this issue was previously discussed and sent to the county elections office for validation. County elections office and county commissioners have approved and signed certification listing Mark as a board member. Eric advises critics to take issue up with elections office. No motion, Mark continues to sit as voting member for county certification. Old business, number 2, seasonal employee Troy. Topic, whether to keep Troy as seasonal, laid off November 1st through April 1st, or allow more hours. Eric and Chris, significant workload, flow meters, pump work, DEQ requirements, punch list from recent site walkthrough. Mike concerned about labor costs, $13,000 last month, $9,000 this month, and wants clear hours versus work account. I'm not quite sure what that is. Chris acknowledged some shortcomings, e.g. trash to dump, and welcomes regular punch lists and monthly walkthroughs. Motion, allow Troy to work as needed between 20 to 40 hours a week, not capped at 20, effectively treating him as a full-time for the remainder of the season to complete required work. Moved by Suzie, second Dan, unanimous vote aye. Outcome, Troy may resume work the next day under Chris's out of man. Old business, $1,500 hookup fee, resolutions, new hookups, extended discussion with Frank and others on historical $1,500 hookup fee as debt retirement for original system, fairness to new users, 1990s resolutions and bylaws, whether they were properly adopted, filed, and referenced, concerns about passports, changing fees, or policies without hearings or proper legal proceeding. Need for a full audit of resolutions and for bylaws to incorporate or reference valid resolutions, especially financial and policy items. Concern that some resolutions are time limited and now invalid, while others should be permanent policy. Board motions. Motion 1, table $1,500 hookup fee discussion, resolution review. Mike makes a motion, table the specific discussion decision on the $1,500 hookup fee and related resolutions until research is completed, including ensuring past applicable resolutions are attached and linked to bylaws, current bylaws. Second by Dan, 4 vote aye, 1 vote nay, Suzie. Outcome, $1,500 fee. Issue table pending further legal and records review. Motion to suspend new hookups until issue resolved. Motion by Eric, suspend acceptance and approval of all new sewer hookup applications until a $1,500 resolution application framework is clarified and brought back to the board. Second, Dan, vote 4 aye, 1 nay. Outcome, no new hookups to be processed until the board revisits and resolves the matter. Public comments were extensive, primarily Frank and Eric, regarding need for strict adherence to Montana code annotated. Requirement for public hearings on financial policy changes include, beyond small allowable increases, past irregularities in annexations, lift stations, configurations, and authority to change bylaws. Need for clear demarcation of district versus property responsibilities and for documents to be proper filing with county and Secretary of State. New business. Sarah, elections May 2026 mail ballot. Presenter Sarah. Key points, candidate filing period January 20th to February 4th at 5 p.m. Election type, mail ballot administered by school district election administrator. Seats up are 2 seats marked Dawkins and Dan Thomas. Board action needed. Pass a resolution calling for an election and submit to elections office by February 9th, 2026. Plan, put the resolution on the February regular meeting agenda, February 3rd. If needed, call a special meeting before February 9th. Sarah, to post candidate information at library, post office, on Facebook, and keep extra forms available. Public comment. Frank insure notices, public comment by Frank. Insure notices emphasize that candidates must be residents and property owners within the district boundaries. No formal motion taken this meeting, informational planning and planning only. QuickBooks access and oversight. Presenter Chris and Mike. Chris manager concerns. Current board member Mike has full admin access to QuickBooks. Past boards, individuals have abused access to district systems, removed files, created unauthorized websites to intercept payments. Wants to establish a precedent that no individual board member has full edit capability. Prefers report-only accountant type access and stronger internal controls. QuickBooks users, Sarah has access, outside accountant, ledger tax. Aaron has access, Blakely, annual reports, may have limited accountant access. Licenses allow limited number of users and separate accounting logins. Mike's view, his access to address big red flags in the book, to understand discrepancies. Past auditor from Kalispell, produced incomplete, unsigned annual reports despite being paid pretty big sums of money. Open to reducing access once an independent or external audit is in place. Board discussion. A general agreement that independent auditors should be engaged. Stronger security procedures and regular backups, including off-site or bank safe deposit backup, are needed. No final motion to remove Mike's access at this time. Issue tied to audit and security rules. Public comment. Forrest, Frank, and others. Support for more security, independent audit, clear procedures. Warn about risks of both board and public having uncontrolled access to sensitive systems. Keys and physical access /security. Presenter Chris. Past problems. Board members have removed files and equipment from district without proper oversight, including the prior loss of a computer containing account data. Current status, all Suzie retains a key related to the gate access to protect her adjacent livestock property. Proposals and board consensus. Establish monthly on-site walkthroughs with board members to review conditions and create a punch list. Access to office files when staff are absent should be restricted and governed by clear policy. Create written security and access protocols. Safe deposit box. Motion implied, no formal vote captured, but clear direction. Sarah 2, arrange a small safe deposit box at the bank. Place in it the backup thumb drives, titles, extra keys, and other critical documents. Draft and circulate authorization listing signers, requiring two-person access to the box. Board express clear agreement. Sarah will bring back awesome paperwork. Communication 7.4, new business communication and bylaws compliance. Presenter Suzie, concerned board members receiving communications directly from public or attorneys not sharing with full board or manager. Bylaws state that information and documents should be obtained via written request to the manager, and public records handled using proper procedures. Some board members recently visited the district on a weekend and examined items without going through the manager, which she sees as contrary to bylaws and good practice. Eric adds, need to maintain professional decorum in all emails and communications as they are legally discoverable. Public comment, Frank, Mike, and others. Frank stresses, Robert's rules and bylaws require structured process and avoidance of board members independently directing operations on site. Site visits involving multiple board members can create a quorum, triggering open meeting requirements. General agreement to improve communication to treat Chris as first line of contact for personal issues. New business 7.5, residential configurations, lift stations, annexation. Presenter Chris with extensive input from Frank. Discussion points, examples of multiple multi-user pressure lines and multiple houses connected to a single lift station. Question, who pays the power for the community lift stations, RV parks, private clusters? Need to treat cases like RV parks or multiple dwellings as annexations or multiple hookup systems with proper applications, engineering review, and board approval. Recognition that some of this is already covered in older resolutions, but these must be found, verified, and integrated into current policy bylaws. No specific motions, items folded into the broader resolutions, bylaws cleanup, and hookup suspension already approved. New business 7.6, internal audit manager performance flow meter work. Presenter Chris clarifies that internal audit items more about annual performance review and ongoing operational checking. Reiterates his desire for monthly walkthroughs generating punch list. Need for guidance on flow meter installation, parts, coupling, flanges, pressure testing from Doug and others. Will prepare financial and manpower proposal for the flow meter project and obtain multiple bids where appropriate. No motion. Board direction given to proceed with planning and report back. Legal 7.7, legal counsel for past actors / attorney billing. Presenters Eric, Mike, Suzie, Sarah. Background. District previously engaged attorney via Suzie's existing counsel to review financial irregularities and compile a legal summary of potential criminal civil issues involving past board and management, past actors. That independent report was sent to county attorney and CID investigator Bill Pandas earlier in '25. Current issue, recent invoices from September to December continue to arrive from the same law firm. Invoices mention emails and meetings with Suzie, work with county attorney, district attorney, detective, etc. CID investigator has told Eric he has not spoken to that attorney and several months, raising concerns that the invoices may not accurately reflect current work. Susie statements, confirmed she met and communicated with attorney in September, and that work was to package evidence to the county attorney. States she has not had further communication since that period, and the board hired a firm to work for the district using her prior relationship. Sarah's explanation on bill payment. Standard practice has been, all invoices are paid when received with a second board signature unless specifically directed otherwise. Legal invoices have been paid under that general rule, no prior board direction to hold or review legal bills separately. Board direction, all future legal invoices must be brought to the board before payment. Susie to contact law firm 2, confirm who is listed as the client, Susie personally or the district, obtain an update engagement agreement naming Lincoln, Lewis and Clark Sewer District as client. Request detailed itemization and clarification of recent billed work. Timeline, Eric requests clarification by Friday within 72 hours of meeting. Number 8, public comment. By Douglas and Jeffrey Mager via Zoom. They urge full financial transparency, particularly legal costs versus potential recovery. Recommend do not pay any unclear legal bills, let the law firm contact the district and then demand detail. Use the executive session when needed for sensitive legal and financial matters. Aggressively manage accounts receivable, consider liens on properties for chronic non-payment. 2, systems architecture, security, participants Doug and Jeffrey Mayer. Key concerns, strong support for the sewer system and protection of the Blackfoot River and groundwater. Wanted, accurate, transparent financials, including resolution of missing funds and accounts receivable. Consideration of liens on delinquent properties. Ongoing ability to attend meetings remotely via Zoom. Security questions. Whether there is remote control over lift stations that could be exploited by bad actors. Responses, Mike, Chris, Eric. Current system is largely analog, no remote telemetry control of lift stations. Only phone alarm type notifications. Control is local, limiting cyber risk. Chris invites any ratepayer to schedule a tour of the facility to understand operations and security. Minutes and public comment procedure. Public comment, Frank, Mike, and others. Concerned that minutes have in the past contained inaccuracies in that the public does not have a clear chance to correct or comment on them before approval. Request that public have a chance to comment on the minutes before the board votes on approval. Similarly, provide a public comment segment after the financial report. Board consensus direction. Future agendas will explicitly include review and approval of minutes, followed by public comment on minutes, then vote. Review and approval of financial report, followed by public comment before final vote. Number 9, announcements. Election information will be posted at the library post office, and on Facebook. Sarah will have candidate packets ready by January 20th. No other announcements. Adjournment. Moved by Susie, second Dan, unanimous, aye.
Any modifications or changes needed on the minutes as read? Mike? No? Good, Susie? We had a motion by Mike to accept as presented in red. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Joe.
Hey, guys,
Or the public comment?
public comments, you just read it.
Hold on.
You just read
We
it.
haven't voted. There a motion.
Patience, Frank, patience.
Public comments before we vote.
Final board discussion. Is there any public comment on corrections or modifications to the minutes as read?
Yes,
And,
Frank Malley.
okay, Frank?
Overall, there was a lot being said that day that's not in here, and you can't have it all, I get that. But there are some corrections where I can say I agree with this, that they were made. Under the new business, we talked about the $1,500 hookup fee. I wanted to know, and we also had hookups that already been done, and when I say hookups, this is a brand new tank. Everything you get hooked on, it's not existing replacement tank, it's new, it's a bare piece of property. What happened to that $1,500, and what did you guys do with it, because you were supposed to address that as well? You've got five applications or six applications you haven't put.
I mean, their applications, I don't think we've done any new installs.
There's a grand total of 4 installs, and on those, one is, his tank has been bald because he has not met our standards. The other 3, did surety bonds in lieu of the $1,500 hookup fee. So,
That's a problem too, because it's not a surety bond, it's cash that's available to the district to spend.
understood, but that's the way it was handled.
Okay, those are the two that I'm asking about, so I wanna make sure that you, this is new tanks and everything on
Yep.
there. Yeah, bare piece of property. So things like that that is not in there, I don't agree.
Okay,
We go back to another one, we talk about residential lift stations and such. Again, let's go back in, we're talking about RV parks and things like that. That's not the existing ones and stuff that are here. Those are ones where people would come to and they wanna put in an RV park within the district. That would have to bring that forward after they went to the county planning board as well. I mean, there's a process for that. That I don't think has been done on, if you will. So I wanna make sure that that's clear, that's on new projects or new
Yeah.
extensions. to the new
because I think we also discussed that as like the tiny home things where people would put multiple, so it kind of
You know,
goes
if
over.
they're going into one tank, if it's something new like that, it's,
Yeah.
exactly. Other than that, there was one more, which is one, the important one of that night, 'cause there's a lot of discussion around this, was, questions that articles of incorporation for
Mhm.
the district and any attachments and documents and stuff that be requested directly through the state, Secretary of State's office. Has that been done?
Yeah, they're available online, so you can put.
No, the ones, the original, I'm talking.
Yeah, the
about
original ones are still available online. It's in the archive, so.
I called the county recorder and clerk, and they said our best bet was to go down there physically, take a day, and go through to find the, resolutions to our bylaw.
Yeah, that, he's talking about the archive.
Yes, I understand that for the county aspect, this would be the Secretary of State's office. Because you're saying we don't have anything, so the best thing to do is to go back to the beginning and start with how this whole district got started.
Mhm.
And go from there and find out what's
And
happening.
they are there, they're on the site,
Okay,
it's
so that
archived.
was something in the discussions there that we
Okay.
had that you
Well, I know
wanted to
we-
move forward so that we can all look at it and read it and understand how it works.
Okay.
Which
So I
site
don't,
is that?
That's actually the Secretary of State site, so
Secretary of
just so you
State.
understand, it's not the county stuff that you were bringing up, it's the actual
Gotcha.
original filing in '84 for the district that is on the Secretary of State.
so the answer out of that is online, if you go get it, that's not acceptable. There's supposed to be some papers around
Okay.
accepting that. So I'm sorry.
I don't know,
But
that was
on-
the minutes.
but I was going into
It was on the
success,
minutes.
but
Okay,
other than that, I don't approve.
noted those 3 changes.
Make those changes and,
Okay. Anybody else have any modifications or changes to the minutes as read? Okay, we have a motion, we have a second. The board wants to vote to accept this. Do we have an aye? Aye.
Nay.
Okay, so we got 3 ayes, 1 nay. Minutes passed and carried. Review and approval of financial report, Mike?
Let's see, January, 31st ending, total sales, $25,842. I'll go through the highlights here. Total, payroll was $10,997.54. Utilities, $1,169. Vehicle expenses, pretty nominal, $441. For reported net income of $12,565. The balance sheet, total current assets, 125, total current assets, $125,638. Total fixed assets, $1,531. There are some payroll liabilities, payroll tax liabilities on here. long-term liabilities, $312,000, total liabilities, $314,657. Total liabilities and equity, $1,656,638. Accounts receivable, at 60 days, we have $423, no, excuse me. At 60 days, we have $919 overdue. At 90 and over, we have $9,228, less in disputed amount of $7,123. So the undisputed over 90 days is $2,105. And total prepaid as of the 31st is $14,729, which, that's it.
Okay. Any questions, concerns, or queries on the financials that were read? So we have a motion, by anybody for this financial report.
So before the motion, I just want to be clear that you pulled that right from QuickBooks, correct?
I don't know.
Where's that?
Your financials,
No.
you got those? How'd you get them?
She sent
Email
them
from
out.
Sarah.
An email from Sarah? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, last Thursday, when she sent
Gotcha,
them out.
understood. Just wanted clarification.
Or
No.
whatever day it was, third Friday or
Thursday or
something.
Friday when she sent them out. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, we got no motions, we got nothing to accept. Do we have, I guess, 4 nays to not accept the
Just
financial?
no motion.
There's no motion. So, alright, there'll be no approval.
Public comment, Forrest Marcel.
Go ahead, Forrest.
Your job is to be in charge of the finances of this district. You need to be in charge of that, please.
Correct? Okay, anybody else with a comment for the financial report?
Yeah, I just would like to clarify that payroll number was, there was 3 payroll periods that hit during the month of January, that's why it's higher than normal.
Was that our quarterly payment thing?
No, there was 3, the way the pay periods hit,
Oh,
there was
3
3
pay
pay
periods.
periods
Oh,
in
gotcha.
that month, that's why it's higher than the average.
Alright,
Well, I think it was higher than that last month, in last report.
No, it wasn't.
it's alright, okay, yeah.
Here's another one here.
Aaron Day,
Aaron,
is the over 90 days, is that just all from people not paying their sewer bill?
The 2,000, not the 9,000 number. The 9,000 number includes that $7,000
yeah, includes everything, yeah.
pit reclamation bill.
It has
There's a-
no-
Oh, the lawsuit thing.
I'll read that again here.
Includes the lawsuit.
The total over 90 days is $9,228. Of that $9,228, $7,123 is disputed, which leaves an undisputed, just a service not paid, $2,105. And prepays, I don't know, it was 75 accounts at $14,729.
I guess the question that I heard was the $7,100 is not ratepayers?
No,
Correct.
No.
it's just an outstanding bill.
Mark Thompson, can I get a copy of that? Financial? For the money?
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
alright, moving on to communications, do we
No,
have?
no,
Oh, sorry, no one, sorry.
Justin McDonough, there's 4 of you sitting there, why are we not having a motion about this? What is your problem? Why are we not resolving this and getting a motion? I wanna know, what's going on?
Yeah,
Resolving what?
We're not getting the motion to
There's no
pass.
vote.
There's no vote, why are we not, what's the problem?
No.
Why are the 4 of you not having a motion? What's the deal?
There's gotta be a reason why.
Yeah, there's a reason you're not voting for this and you're not passing it, why? I wanna know.
Well, the reason I won't make a motion is it's inaccurate.
How do you figure?
You guys are-
Forrest Marcel again, why is it inaccurate?
Thank you, Forrest.
They table it every month. I know that, but I'm asking.
Well,
straight out of, Melody McDonough, if it came straight out of your software, how is it inaccurate? You have edit access, you've been in there, how is
No,
it inaccurate?
I don't have edit access.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
And
If you have administrative access, that is
I
edit access.
don't have administrative access.
Pretty sure it was mentioned earlier.
It was mentioned earlier, but I don't have administrative access.
So, before switch out again,
Yeah.
you've removed your access from the last 3 meetings. You no longer have QuickBooks access.
No, he has access, but
No,
just
I-
viewing.
No,
Yeah.
that is not accurate.
Didn't you change your account a few months ago or something, like your?
You said that-
Last month?
You have
2
enough
meetings ago that
access to
you
get
edited
into
your
my
own account.
personal employee information.
Yeah, she did.
I can only answer one person at a time.
So, I'll speak.
Of course.
Go ahead,
2
Ron.
meetings ago,
Yeah.
you said you had admin access and you messed around with your own account. You said, so if you remove that access, can you access your account?
No,
No, you removed it, or no, you can access your account?
I can't access any account. I cannot do any editing
That's fine.
Yes.
in the QuickBooks.
So when you open your access, it says read only and you can show that.
Yes,
When did that change?
I don't know.
It's not like it was
Wait.
1986, it was like a month or 2 ago. Yeah.
Well, it was sometime between September and now.
No.
2 months ago when you said you had access, so it's between December and now.
It wasn't December.
You just said, you said 2 months ago you had
I
full
mean, I can
access.
look up the exact date if you want. Okay, call it December, whatever you wanna call it. Yes.
Tammy Jordan, my question is this, in the minutes, it just stated that you had access to it.
Thank you.
We just heard it from you guys, and now you're saying you don't have that access.
I
So
have access to view, I do not have administrative access.
in your
It
meeting
literally
minutes, it
says
says you have full
administrative.
access, administrative access. It says it right there in your minutes that we've just approved, or that you just approved.
Yes, ma'am.
It is what it is, I don't have administrative access.
We'll take your word for it.
So, no, ask your question.
So, do we need to amend the minutes, or?
No, wait a second, hold on, ask your question.
When I left the district on Friday, your access was the same as it always been. Is how it has always been since I was hired. You can get in and view anything in QuickBooks, and you still have the same access that you did the whole time. So yes, you can get in there and view everything, and you can still edit stuff.
There's viewing access and there's administrative access.
Okay, but you have enough access that you can get in, view every single thing in QuickBooks, and you can make edits.
I cannot make edits.
Yes, you can.
I'd like to bring us all back to the question, which is, you said that it's wrong and you have access. So, what's the problem with the reports?
Okay, the problem with the reports is,
Remember.
with this report that I can't make a motion to approve, is that there are $14,000 in prepays that don't show up on the liabilities.
They're not a liability.
They're not a liability. They're not a
I
liability.
mean, that's pretty
How many
basic.
bookkeepers do you want?
Yeah.
That's-
So there's at least 5 of us here now, right?
They're prepaid, they're just the credit to account for zero.
Maybe you shouldn't be in charge of this.
Yeah, that makes it an asset.
I can count like 5 accountants in here.
Well, let me move on. Communications, do we have any?
Nope, this is the money of the
No,
district,
one more
people's
time.
money.
So,
We can't move on.
he won't make the motion because he thinks that it's wrong. What's your
Right.
reason? You're the board director. Why won't you make the motion?
I have legal issues that I can't discuss at this time, so yeah, there are some discrepancies that need to be rectified. Once I get that information, I'll be more than happy to give it out to the public.
So you're gonna push it to next month again.
No, this will be within the next couple of days, you know, 'cause we,
Why are
No,
people
no,
paying
no,
other bills
this
if
one
you guys
be
are
one
just
we call.
losing the money?
so.
What are you gonna do when everyone says, we're not paying our bills till you get your shit together?
Right, we're getting fed up with it.
You ain't got an employee that's gonna come ball everything,
No,
Nope.
so you just free
It's
for all.
not.
Free for
So,
all.
Why?
that's your answers. You've got legal issues. Dan? Why won't you make the motion?
There's too much going on to even try to make a motion, because it's too much that's going on, and I can't, because there's
Well, there's a
It's either right or
financial
wrong.
report there.
You got a question.
He's got legal
I have a
issues. He
financial
disagrees
report
with
in
it.
front of me to
You got a
read off
question
of,
here.
so I can't say anything.
I'm sorry,
Hi, it's Lori Welty. I'm a little confused in a public meeting where a board member reads the financials for the month, and then the same board member who has read them to the public is not willing to make a motion or approve them. It just doesn't.
It's on a slide,
make sense to me.
if you're not backing it up.
Nate Winch, so I guess my question would be then, if
hold up.
the financials need amendment, would it be appropriate, we're gonna have the information next week to call a special session next week, so we come in here and have public comment on the amended?
Well, this is just a recent development. And
So my question is, we all live by times and dates and lists, right? This is on the list, at what date can we address it? That's the question. It's just like punch locks, it's just like everything else, there has to be, it can't just be tabled forever.
No,
There has to be a date in which it's accountable, right? Or if,
yeah, and,
what is that date?
well, the legal side, we were waiting on the actual responses. We got 3 of the 4, we're waiting on the final.
So, hold on, there's 4 of you.
Correct.
Susie, why won't you make the motion?
Because the rest of the board is so far out of line that I can't approve anything because of recent developments, such as administrative leave for all employees that was decided in a meeting.
When was that?
What meeting?
So you're
Good
catching out of the
question.
loop.
I had
Nope, 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 nope.
I
No,
had-
no, no.
Get down the line.
No.
That's not where we're at.
I had no notice. It was not a full board. They chose to make decisions for the board and lay off the employees for, I don't know, I guess we'll have to ask them what their reasoning was.
When you're done.
Go ahead, Tammy.
Tammy Jordan. So for a board that is not supposed to be involved with day-to-day activities of our district, why were employees laid off in a meeting where the full board wasn't present? And that's day-to-day.
But we gotta get through the
Get the
financial.
money,
I
let's,
know
let's,
we
we
gotta-
haven't
but
even
it's not-
approved
but
the
it's not
financials
resolved.
yeah, we gotta take care of the money, that's the important shit right now, is the money.
Well, where is it?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we
If
would
they're not
know,
gonna
but-
back it, why would we back it?
Right, but they don't have a bookkeeper now, so.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess you're planning to table the financials with the idea being that nobody on the board will approve the financials that you presented to the public, and we have no way to know that they're accurate.
And you can't pay bills.
Correct.
Okay, correct.
Incorrect is that.
Who's gonna pay the bills? Frank, I'm sorry, Frank.
Right.
Who's gonna do this next week? Answer the phone? If there's an emergency or something,
Yeah.
what's gonna happen on that?
Well, we have that coverage. I mean, the system
Wait,
side, we
I
have.
know we're getting into financial and all that stuff.
Oh, wait,
Oh,
wait. We gotta move to the next item.
Let's wait.
We
We're
we
gonna have a
table
public
financials.
comment.
We can't do that.
Please.
Yeah.
So we're gonna table this, I guess, until the next day or 2, and then we will call special session to hopefully enlighten everybody on the outstanding issue. Like I said, we've got 3 or 4 legal branches have responded, we're waiting on the 4th one. As Soon as we get that, then the board can make its, decisions and statements at that time.
How will you be notified of that meeting?
I was just.
Oh, it'll be special, I mean, we'll put it out, on all social postings on both sides. It won't be a full, one of these, it'll be a full meeting. So, as soon as we get clarification, we will pass it on to the public.
If I get notified.
Yes.
Well, I have,
Sorry.
and it may be appropriate to ask this later, but I just got my sewer bill in the mail today, so if we have no bookkeeper, then I shouldn't pay my bill, I guess, because it's not gonna be credited to my account.
Yep, they will be credited, all billing will continue.
How, if you have no bookkeeper, how's that gonna happen?
That's gonna be rectified.
But you have no one that can
How?
access your QuickBooks.
I'm gonna hold off
I know,
payment
it won't
until
be us, it'll be an
that
actual
special
account.
meeting, so I know how it's gonna get credited.
Yeah.
Just go.
You're the board, you're supposed to tell us how.
Yeah,
We're
it will
gonna
be
take
by
care.
an accountant who will process the payments and post everything.
Isn't that
into
what
the
happened
bank.
last time where all of our money's missing?
You're sending it
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Same exact thing? I
Yep.
mean,
What
then
account?
why are you guys doing this again?
what we're doing, like I said, because we have a legal issue that came up last week, and yes, it's short notice, hate the timing, but it literally is a legal issue.
What legal issue? I would like to ask, as a board member.
Tell us what is going on,
If
why
this
we
is
do
a-
that.
We can't, right?
Hold on.
Hang on, I'm sorry.
Hold on, guys, hold on.
If this is a legal issue concerning me or Sarah, I waive my right to privacy, let's talk about it. Sarah?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
There we go.
So there are 2 reasons you should be able to.
We're going to the county jury tomorrow.
Why didn't the
But
board
he's
members know
here,
what's
so
going
he's
on?
more than happy to go down and talk with Nick though, so you
No,
know.
I mean, there's, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not to the county jury.
Mark Thompson,
Oh, Mark.
why doesn't she know what's going on? She's a board member. You're keeping her out.
I can answer that question.
Well, do it, please.
Because we have tried, I have specifically, in many, many times, invited Susie to talk on the phone, text, email, whatever she wants to do, and she's just a non-participant.
Okay.
Doesn't know what's
So
going
she's
on.
not your yes man, so you keep her out of the loop.
No, I did say
That's
that.
exactly what you're telling me.
You're not listening to what I
Yeah,
say.
well, that's exactly my interpretation of what you're
Jan, go
telling me.
ahead.
So when you're trying to talk to Susie, are you trying to get a quorum outside of regular meetings?
No.
Okay, because we have Robert's rules.
Yeah,
You need
but
to be following the rules of meetings.
we understand.
And conversations on the phone don't apply.
I understand.
Okay.
So then you
So
can
how do
say
you
that
make this
again.
decision?
Get her
How did
formalized
you make
in
this
her,
decision with
in
the-
telling her
with
what's
the
going
board?
on, not on the phone.
If you didn't call a board meeting.
Emails
Got
between
issues
3
with
board members.
Believe me, I know about this from my time on the board. If you've got a meeting locked in the board room, they have every right to be able to talk to them, just present themselves at that board until something official is filed. You realize that?
If they don't participate, they don't participate.
Dan, were you invited to this?
She's participating
Were you invited to this?
She's right here.
Sorry.
Dan,
Dan, were you invited to this meeting?
On Thursday?
The meeting we had last Thursday where I was instructed to fire Sarah? That meeting?
You know we can't discuss employees.
Why not?
why not? He
They
just
just
said
wait
he
their
did.
regular.
We're not asking if he wanted her fired, we're asking if he was invited to the meeting.
We're going to.
Simple question. Were you invited to the meeting?
He was at work, that's the
So-
reason he wasn't
so-
at the meeting.
Why?
He is a board
And it
member.
wasn't a meeting, it was an employer to employee discussion.
It's a contract. We don't even know that aspect.
you had a quorum, and it is therefore a public meeting and required to be noticed.
And that could be an employment contract, because it's not a county employee, it's an employee.
Employee contract.
It's an employee.
So can I read my last response to my, last email to Mike? Since he wants to know why I don't respond.
Please do.
Your email, Susie, your email is so poorly written, it's impossible to understand. I previously requested the courtesy of coherent written communication. If you are unable to accommodate this, please call to discuss. You're welcome to record our conversations. That was in response to me asking, under whose authority were all of the employees put on administrative leave?
That's pretty coherent.
Very coherent.
Did you get an answer? What's that from the other email?
And that is why I don't communicate with Mike. He's hostile, he's aggressive,
Yes, that one.
I
Okay,
hate to say it.
You were digging your own hole.
This is how this like is.
I know.
You don't communicate with people.
let's get back to the point a little bit, we'll get back to the public session, since we know this will be lengthy. We're gonna table the financial report, that will be, amended, changed, or remodified at the next special meeting. Like I said, once we get clearance. Communications, do we have anything from any legal outstanding issues that you've received or anything?
I do.
All right.
Be some if you fired some people. I would assume.
You can't just lay people off of that.
Oh, I don't know, Jim.
So right here, money's going to an out-of-town person.
Did you have any letters or anything you wanted to bring up, Susie?
this, contract? The fee agreement?
I'm trying, we gotta get through the business side real quick, we're gonna come up to that,
Okay.
cause that's already thing. Is that reference to the lawyer?
Yep.
Correspondent, you wanna, can we hold until we get to that part with the, attorney payments, fees and communications?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll hold on that one there so we can move forward. We have no other communications, legal updates, we have several things ongoing. Some past stuff that is coming, the final, letter to the county attorney on the previous board is being submitted. So the county attorney will have all the final, documents and stuff for the preceding employees, not the board, just the preceding employees. And then we'll wait to see what the county's, decision is on that process. Board discussions and actions.
On the public comment on that, is that our ongoing litigation to where we can't review treasurer's reports?
No, that's the previous employee thing from last.
Just making sure where our legal fees are.
Yeah, that's the only one that's actual, still outstanding. Managers report, don't have one currently on hand, but I do know it was done. It's not that it wasn't done, just don't have it on hand. We'll table that one to the next session. Also, it should be completed since it was last month, just don't have it on thing. Old business, $15 hookup, $1,500. I wish it was 15. We tabled that from the last minute, meeting on that. I think there's still some review going on that about the policy.
By who?
Well, we're looking up like you asked us to the resolution and the policy.
Meetings and stuff, we could go back to the minutes from last time.
Yeah.
So when's our work meeting to go over that stuff? We'll see how we've got the new, articles of incorporation and the old bylaws and all that. So when are these meetings started? Because that was our discussion so much in the last minutes that they were just gonna approve. There's a lot of stuff going on here, and I'm gonna go back to the first thing, and I'm gonna say at the beginning of this, you have no business to do any business even further till we get this straightened out. You don't.
Right?
We have a manager still, we haven't even had that addressed. We don't have a secretary or bookkeeper, no administrative in the office then, right now, as of today.
As of today.
Okay, we have a manager.
As of Sunday.
What?
As of Sunday, okay, so, do we have a manager?
Yeah.
So the manager is still responsible for the district and coming out, okay. Your guys' job is to be able to get into the Ada County and get this stuff going, we've been asking you.
Yep.
That's what your job is. It's not to micromanage the district.
Yep.
It's to,
Okay.
So, I would like to clarify that when they say they have a manager, I have been instructed that I am not allowed on sewer grounds, which includes both lift stations and the lagoon. The lock has been changed at the gate. I've got easy solutions for that. I have bolt cutters, but,
wow.
Who gave anybody authority to do that?
Wow.
So therefore, that's the first
You
one.
guys
Yeah,
need to
I still
resign,
like-
both of you two,
I was
you
instructed-
guys need to resign.
I was
Mike, do
instructed.
you live in the district? Do you live in the district? I know you own property because you have Bob's place there that you bought on the river. Do you live in the district full-time or even part-time?
Yes.
You're here for five months out of the year or more?
Yes.
Guess what? 5 or more. Because if you're only here for 5 total, then you're not a resident of the district.
Frank, I'm not gonna debate all this with you.
No,
Yes, you
you can look at the statutes, you gotta understand something. We're the ones that oversee you guys, you gotta answer back what we question, reasonable questions. And these are very reasonable
Frank,
questions.
like I told you the last 3 or 4 meetings, there's a remedy for all this. It's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
recall.
Exactly.
Well, then
Yeah, if you're in the district, you're not. It's costing the district money. So you're forcing the district to pay legal fees for us to do a recall election, and that's not what you're telling us. And you have a board member that is not legally allowed on there, and let me bring that up too, I spoke to the elections office. They do not validate your candidate, you validate your candidate. Mark is not on anything in this district, he's not allowed to be on there And the elections office is a little pissed that you keep saying that they said it was okay. So they are quite pissed. You cannot do that. So what that tells us is that you guys just do whatever the hell you want. Oh, that's a rule, we don't have to listen to it. We know that Mark does not live in the district. Mark knows that he does not live in the district. But yet, no big deal, we said it's okay. No, the district doesn't say it's okay.
Same reason they said it was okay to lock out their employees
Yeah.
without any.
Yeah, how did that happen?
When was that meeting?
How did, can you tell us how you set up a meeting and?
Thank you, Zach.
Because you had to have a meeting to discuss even doing it.
Frank, we'll get to it, but right now, we were doing a $1,500 hookup fee discussion on the last one.
Why? Everybody be quiet, let them run their minutes.
Matter, but we're here to discuss these problems.
You're not as legit, you're
Let
not
them go.
legit board right now.
Let them
Well,
go.
we just need to call the meeting.
They ain't listening
Let 'em
anyway.
crawl
Just
in
call
it.
the meeting.
Let them crawl in.
Yeah.
No.
Call or
Nope.
resign.
Resign,
Easiest way.
both of you.
Again, this is stuff
So-
the county needs to know about anyhow, because this is ridiculous.
Now-
You don't have to.
See if I can get
All right, the election resolution was on there, that's moved forward, it's standard procedure, the resolution's 2026-01. Calling that we have the two positions, two directors, will be held on May 5th, 2026. The two following positions should be elected for 4-year terms to the Lincoln, Lewis, and Clark Sewer District. This request election is conducted by mail ballot. The declaration for oaths and candidacies will be held no later than 5 p.m., February 4th, 2026. If then after a write-in candidate filing date of February 4th, the number of candidates is equal or less than the number of positions elected, the Board of County Commissioners shall declare elected by acclamation each candidate who filled the position. If a nomination is made for one or more trustee positions, the Board of County Commissioners shall appoint one or more trustees as necessary to fill the position. It was dated 1 February 2026, signed by me. That will be hand-delivered tomorrow to the elections office.
That needs to be voted on by the board, not just signed by you.
So the board
Oh,
is
well,
certifying that that person lives in the district, owns property in the district.
This is just calling for an election.
That's an election.
Okay,
That's
so
just
so
calling for
wait, like Zach was just saying, you guys have to certify each other though, that's what the board's for.
Well, when we get the list of
So the
candidates,
excuse
we'll,
because we don't have any candidates,
Frank.
well, coming up, it's best to be that way.
well, I
Frank,
mean,
Frank,
we got
it's different when you have an election versus when you appoint. If
Yeah.
it was a fire,
Yes,
listen,
yes, I
listen,
agree. You're
if
right.
it's a fire district, totally different deal. If it's the school board, sewer and water districts, they appoint, all they do is turn it into them. The elections office does not validate, it's on them to validate.
That's
Now,
the
if
next
there's an
election.
election, now it will
Yes.
be validated.
And that's what we're doing right now with an
So
election.
Mark
correct?
short-lived.
Correct. This is
So
a
that needs
election.
to be validated by everybody on this board.
Correct, once we have the list of candidates.
Everybody on the board needs to sign that, because you know what, there's so much stuff going on, I don't think we can say you're the president right now.
No, a resolution has to be done for elections each year. Each
Yeah,
board.
I mean,
And that's gotta be a board decision.
And
It's gotta be
it has to
voted
be a
on.
board vote, not
That's
just their
formatted.
signing.
I'm just going by their document, but yeah, we can have all the people sign for calling for an election, cause it's, like Zach saying, it's the
So
same
you
process.
vote on it,
You have to vote.
you have to
You have
vote
to-
on it.
Just like you approve your,
I explained this
They
last
did.
well,
month.
not like you do your financials, but like you do other stuff.
listen.
You have to vote, have a motion, do all that.
It's in their minutes.
Every month, every month.
I am going to Illinois tomorrow, and I have to be there by 3, so anyone that would like to send in paperwork to apply for the election to be a board member, I'll drop it off for you.
Nice, thank you.
Yeah, let me know.
Okay.
When are you heading down there?
Tomorrow morning,
Okay.
Sooner or quicker if they resign.
I'll probably leave about 1. okay?
Such a shit show.
Let me have
Dick, I was like, that was
I know, I think so too, it's pretty set. It's wrong. I don't know what else. That was the election back that they brought. Yeah. Well, we can vote on accepting it. Do we have a motion to accept the resolution to actually initiate the, election for director, two slots? Dan motions. Do we have a second? Second by Susie. Alright. We'll have that, any final board, we have, all in favor? Aye, 4-0, carries the resolution. And like I said, that'll be handled every morning. Safety deposit box, we'll table this until the special thing, because that was just a security measure we were doing. Monthly transfers, I don't know what this is about. Who's that? Oh, Sarah. Sarah, monthly transfers?
Well, I'm not in the district right now, so I'm not gonna answer that.
Okay, well, we'll carry on. Attorney payments, fee agreement and communications. We did get clarification finally on some issues with, several of the attorneys that we were using, and it was a good clarification. There was basically a miscommunication of when the lawyer quit doing work on the previous board's situation and started working on this board situation. That was remedied today. Mike, I think you have a document we need to, it's a fee agreement, with that attorney, for the work he's already performed on the old issue of, previous employees. And that's brings it to final thing with the final letter of filing charges with the county attorney. All payments are good and up to date. There's no outstanding issues, so this will bring this to a close. And like I said, will be determined on the issues of the county attorney. Whatever their decision is, we'll have to bring it back and decide on that. And it really would be up to the district if they want to pursue it or not, because the cost to pursue civil is way too high, and the cost to have this attorney assist the county attorney could be more than what we actually collect in resolution, but we'll bring that to y'all, because that is a ratepayer's decision on how much y'all want to go into on the prosecution of the previous stuff. Forrest?
Forrest Purcell, so this is resolution to the Susie's attorney is, I believe, the way it was phrased last time.
It was.
And then Sarah being in trouble for paying the bill. Because the attorney bill.
Yeah, well, that's why I said it is clarified.
Okay, so that's, I just want, that's
Yep.
the resolution that it was.
Yeah, well, we
Okay.
got it clear, so.
So I'm just making sure I understood what it was.
Yeah, the fee schedule we're gonna pay, or sign tonight, approves the board that he did.
So nothing was done wrong?
Nothing was done wrong,
Okay.
and we do have clarification, so it's, yeah, it's a done issue, it's a completed, thing with that attorney. And at this time, after he does this letter, this will be the last thing he has to actually help us with at this time until, like I said, the county attorney's thing comes back and we see what that says. And when that is, I don't know, because they've been sitting on this for at least 4 or 5 months now, from when the letter and stuff went out in June. So I'm not really sure what the county's gonna do, but they do have all the evidence, they have all the stuff, and Bill Pandis, the CID, has submitted everything. So, like I said, we're gonna be on whatever the county attorney comes to. The recommendation on civil was, the civil cost would be too high for whatever we would ever, it would cost us more in lawyer fees than it ever would be for restitution we would receive back. But like I said, that'll be up to all the ratepayers on that, because that fee, we all know, will go pretty high with legal representation on a civil case. And then on the criminal case, we'll have to see what the county attorney comes back. As soon as we get that, we will probably send that out to everybody in our monthly letters, so that you have time to review it, and then we can make a decision on whatever, how the district wants to proceed with that matter. That's all I have for any attorney, but go ahead, Susie.
Yeah, I would just like to let the ratepayers know that this is a portion of the email that the attorneys that have helped us with the criminal investigation received from Eric. Your client, Susie Gearing, made payments to your firm from the district accounts. without board consent. These payments were for September, October, and December billing. Since we don't have a fee agreement in place, nor hired to complete any other work, please advise your client she is responsible for those payments, and the funds need to be returned to the district.
That's how you treat your board member.
And how they treat the attorneys that have worked so hard
Yeah. And
to.
for
Eric
whoever
said that to
it was.
I think Eric
Yes.
needs to turn to her and apologize to her right now in front of everybody for a hostile work environment.
He's an alpha male, he doesn't apologize.
And,
Resign.
Neither do I.
and like I said, that matter was clarified with the attorney back and forth. He did admit a mistake, because he did not submit that fee agreement, and you didn't bring
Actually,
it
it was
to me.
my mistake.
I didn't say it
It
was
wasn't,
yours.
it was my mistake.
Oh.
He emailed me the new agreement. I'm not big on emails. I thought he sent it to the district. I missed that email.
And that's why it was just a miscommunication.
And I was never asked again by anybody on the board if I got that. And when I was asked, I found it. But in the meantime, they decided to treat this law firm like somehow they screwed the district. And then,
We didn't accuse you, Susie, we just said we never got the agreement, and the attorney agreed.
I'm
He
not
did-
saying you accused me anything.
He-
This is an accusation that I paid the attorney with district funds. I signed checks because it takes 2 signatures.
Right. I mean, that's what I said, it's cleared up. There was a miscommunication, the paperwork
That's not
wasn't.
miscommunication.
It is when you don't send fee agreements to the
It's
individuals.
accusations and BS.
Okay, well, you use adjectives you need to, but it's already resolved, and the attorney's good, we're good, and he's still gonna finish up with his final letter.
Sorry about that, Susie.
back in the bottle?
Sorry.
Thank you, Susie.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
New business, the list.
And I will say, one more thing. If they have refused to pay that bill, I paid it out of my pocket because I met with those attorneys and they helped the district. They cut us a great deal to pursue this, and I would have made sure personally that they got paid
As
for their
ratepayers,
work.
we do not ask you to pay our bills, but we ask the board to stay on top of it. And
not
there
shit
was
on
an
us.
error,
Shit on
errors
us.
happened, it was taken care of. Having said that, that was a clear accusation and something that should be apologized for.
Right now.
It never happens.
Well,
But you could resign.
Okay.
So
Annual
new
report.
business, I guess, question, Forrester Salia.
Are we, okay, hold on. Go ahead.
Private meetings and firing staff, what's going on?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Hold up, I still got one thing left, it's the end.
Okay, hold on.
Hoping everybody gets tired of leaving.
Because it's gonna be the announcements at the end, public comment, but annual report, Mike Winters.
The annual reports are required to have a board signature, board member signature, and none of them dating back to 2018,
Yep.
that I could go back in the portal, find, have board signatures. The new one doesn't have a board signature. I talked to the accountant at, the Department of Administration and expressed, a little bit of frustration that they're accepting annual reports without board member signature.
No, it's a
Department of Administration.
It's a different sewer report. That the state doesn't really care who signs as long as they get it, but these guys are on them to get it done instead of paying fees every 5 minutes.
The state
He
one.
he said portal, so is it electronic? It is
You
now.
can, you
She
can
said
go
it now.
online and look up all the annual reports. You can look at the schools, the fire district, all of them. So you can go in and look up ours that we have submitted for.
But it is
You
submitted.
just have to have original
It's not
file.
Yes,
submitted
so
yet. The
you
board
can,
You
I
just have to
signed
have
up
the
to do it that
original
way
file.
next year.
So I guess again, Forrest here,
Yeah.
you can approve your treasurer's report, but you're worried about annual reports.
Well, I can answer that question. The annual reports are based off of accounting, and these reports, what's so funny?
So is the
Accounting is a
finance
problem.
You won't approve the accounting, so how can you do the annual report?
These are already been done.
I can tell you that, hold on. Because we've paid for accounting firms to review this, to send back to us for a board member approval before submission to the, Department of Administration. None of them have been signed, and they are all over the table in the last 7 years, 8 years. From $700,000, revenues, 327 this year. This is the importance of accurate accounting. Here's one,
Sorry, Doctor.
$205,000.
The books are a lot better now and clear than they have been, so they should be on the straight and narrow.
Well, yeah, I
And
mean, obviously there's gonna be discrepancies considering.
Yeah.
$704,819.
what year?
The numbers you're listing off are discrepancy numbers?
There are numbers from year to year, so one year was $704, the next year is down at whatever.
Got it.
So what does this crew have to do with that?
What's this matter?
Well, let's talk about this year.
We just did our annual review and that was quick, we didn't sign it, so we were asking the status, and then that's when we finally got the report, from them, so that's what it was just a review check, you know, to see what's the policy and what's been going on, cause we didn't sign it, but obviously it's been accepted that the board does not have to sign it from the state agency, which,
No, they do.
yeah, well,
Yeah, they do have to sign it.
but no one's done it, Frank, since
The original,
2018.
okay, but the original is which they sign off and send it to them.
Okay.
You also take that and you file
Yeah,
it with
and
the
that's what we
county.
were just making
You
sure.
file it with the county and the state.
And as he said, some of this you gotta understand is some of these accounting people had charged us $9,000 for those reports. And then Blakely, I think, was only 500 this year. So it was like, so we were trying to make sure, you know, like, is this a, you know, full report? Are we in the ballpark? Or did we miss something? And what we found in the reports is you'll have one that's 1 page. The other one's 8 pages deep. So it's like, where's the standardization of annual reports that have been filed? And all we were doing was educational purposes.
Good questions and stuff that you're asking. And good job of going and asking somebody at the state administration, because that's what you gotta do.
Well, I've been in
And finding
contact,
out what all this is about.
I've been in contact with my.
That's the stuff you need to be sharing at these meetings, because last time you just were questioning over who's smarter about accounting and shit, like we're doing it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
So we did get some clarified answers,
Good,
and we
good.
do know the report was adequate enough for their standard, and I don't have anything to bounce that off of,
Okay,
it was
then moving
medium.
on, you can
Yep.
make a note on that for the next time to say this is what we're gonna do.
Yep.
And then move on, but you, next year, you're gonna have a sign. and
Yeah,
file
I
away.
think it comes due every June on our annual, thing, but it's not the calendar year, it's our work year. So we go from May to June, so, anything else on that, Mike? On the annual reports? It was more of a just report and board discussion of what we found, when we pulled those. Okay, announcements, do we have any announcements from the board? I don't think we have anything.
Well, apparently our employees are all on administrative leave.
Yeah, that might be an
Thank you.
announcement.
That's the public comment to where the board, that's where we're at.
And apparently the board has a backup plan in place that they're not sharing.
So again, I'd go back to my original question.
Go ahead, Horace.
When was the private meeting that wasn't open to the public, and why don't we have staff?
The actual meeting that was not a meeting as a board meeting, this was an employer to employee, just bringing up issues and concerns that we found. What is
We're
it?
the employer.
Oh, no, let them talk, let them talk.
The text message I said that, I received from you, Eric, stated that, I needed to come to the office, your office, and meet with the board to discuss issues.
Yeah.
And it was not the board that I met with. It was big boss, little boss, and Mark Dawkins, so.
Mark was
So that's a quorum. That's a quorum. You can still have a quorum and if you have employee issues, you can close the meeting to deal with, but you still gotta announce the freaking meeting
Yep.
You guys.
The one that are down there 3 times a
So
day,
everything
6
you did
days
at
a
that
week.
meeting, you guys violated and you should resign right now.
Yep, it's a violation of open meeting
You
laws.
just caused a lawsuit, if they
Yeah.
wanted to, of millions of dollars.
Yep,
In violation of all the MCA laws and our bylaws.
Fact. And you just admitted to it, even worse.
That's being recorded.
Oh, yeah, recorded.
And if you're going to claim that you didn't, because Mark, you have to claim that Mark's not technically a board member.
No,
In which case you
I
violated
didn't
the law.
claim that.
Oh, so then you did have a quorum, so that was against the law.
Clear violation.
So what happened at the meeting, Chris?
But again,
Oh, what happened at the
what,
meeting?
why? I wanna know from the employer why they were put on administrative leave. Justin McDonough, by the way.
Why
I
did
can
you
tell
have
you,
to-
Justin. It was basically retaliation. I was instructed to fire Sarah. It was over holiday pay, so here I go waiving my rights to privacy. They went through QuickBooks and found, holiday pay for the last 6 months for Troy and Sarah. And they were trying to spin it to make it sound like Sarah was just, reaching in there and signing checks willy-nilly and paying herself out. I had authorized those holiday pays, and, I had been receiving holiday pay when I was an hourly employee, so I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. They're gonna bring up the employee handbook. Nobody has ever signed the employee handbook. I wasn't required to sign an employee handbook when I was hired on. I have a contract. The employee handbook was supposed to be rewritten. That was last January, so over a year ago. So I did not require my employees to sign said handbook. So.
Is there a discrepancy in between the holiday pay and what's written in the handbook? Is that where the discrepancy?
There is, yes.
So what is that
Holiday
discrepancy?
pay is only authorized after 1 year of employment.
Copy that.
Yeah,
So is that a manager problem or is that a board problem? Because it sounds like we have a manager that has employees that's responsible. I'm not trying to.
Yeah.
push it.
Right. You are
Right,
correct.
but I want to differentiate the problems between a member or a manager problem and a board problem.
Yes, I
Manager's
would
not
say
doing
that
their
was,
job.
that was my fault.
Okay,
The holiday pay was my fault.
okay, copy that.
and he took responsibility at that meeting.
And I'm not beating up, I like it.
And it-
No.
I'm just trying to understand.
Could it have been corrected, like she could have, or whoever got it, could have got paid, reimbursed it?
Absolutely.
And so the firing of that employee was due to the fact that they were taking a holiday pay and we're supposed to.
There's some other issues too, but that was the one that was brought to
That
my
was the
attention.
Okay.
Yeah, she was also tried to make look, incompetent,
Many times.
many times, yeah, you guys have all seen this, but,
So she was fired for that reason. Was there any repercussions for you being the manager?
but she wasn't fired.
On-
It's my duty to
we're all on
hire or
board.
fire,
Okay,
and I chose not to fire her.
okay, copy.
So after, they found out that I was not going to fire her, I received a text message stating I need to check my email, which said that I and my staff have been placed on administrative leave as of, I think, noon on Sunday.
And that's where the
Take her
counter
out.
retaliation comes.
That's, I believe so, yes.
So Aaron Bruggen's question, when was the meeting that
That was
did all
Thursday
that?
at 3:00.
Where was it advertised?
It wasn't advertised. It was, a text message sent directly to me that I needed to come in and meet with
So
the
who was
board.
doing the business when you weren't in a business meeting?
Man,
It was in violation of NCAA rules.
No, that's what I'm saying, who
Yeah.
sent you that message?
Eric Gold.
you need to call Johnny Cochran. He's looking out for you.
Why was Troy let off, but he's an innocent bystander in this? He was paid, but he didn't know anything. He was
No,
paid.
it was retaliation, I feel, retaliation, for
So
me
you
not.
let all three of them go, so you have nobody helping you run the district.
When you have no clue.
A man here that was oblivious of it, he had no idea. He didn't do anything wrong, but you let him go anyway.
Nobody did anything wrong.
Well,
Sarah
I'm just
didn't do
saying.
anything wrong either,
They're-
because the previous
but they're-
employees also received holiday pay. That was never questioned.
Yeah, when I was an hourly
Lyndon,
employee,
Sandy,
I had
Mike,
received
Is that
a holiday
all
pay.
received
So,
holiday pay.
situation, is that a reason to let somebody go as they receive some holiday pay?
Especially
I'm still
people,
not understanding this.
people that are running this town and doing a good job, keeping businesses going.
Fixing the
And you're
problems of
letting-
the past.
And you're letting them all go because
For what?
you don't like what they're doing.
I have a question. So how exactly did you find out that I got holiday pay? I'm assuming
Oh,
you
yeah.
Yeah,
have
access.
and looked at all of my pay stubs, correct?
Which you have no authority to as a board member.
So that is the only
Can I
way,
make a statement?
Are you done talking, Sarah?
I'm not done talking.
Thank
The
you.
only way you would have ever seen that is to look in and look at my pay stubs.
Okay, that's not the only way, but can I make a statement?
Sure.
I won't be discussing this because it may have, it's a employer-employee issue that may have legal implications.
Yeah, you get your ass
You're a board. You're not the boss, you're a board.
Yes, and just so you know, if you work as an individual, you're no longer part of the board, you're personally liable. Did you know that? Being on a board?
Yeah.
I've been on a lot of very important, I was the chair of the school board for 8 years. You do individual stuff, you're individually responsible. She can go after you individually.
As well as the board, as well as the students.
As well as the board, as well as its
It has
ratepayers.
every right to do it.
I would ask all of you to resign that are involved in that.
Creating a
Except for
huge
Dan, if
lawsuit.
he's new on this whole thing and hasn't seen what's going on, and we can elect him in.
Roger, hey, Rich, did you guys just blanket shit can your entire staff? Is that what I'm gathering?
Yeah.
Not me, I wasn't even
She
privy to
wasn't
the
even
meeting.
Neither was Dan, Dan wasn't there,
They
right?
did it.
Yeah.
You had a legal meeting, you fired people, you
As
did.
far as I'm aware.
Yeah, Dan would.
I was too busy in my shop making firing pins for my shotgun.
Wait, I thought you weren't invited because you were working that day.
No, I wasn't working on Thursday.
Oh, but that's what they said they didn't
Hold
invite.
on.
Yeah, they just said that, it's recorded. They said you couldn't come to the meeting because you were at work.
Whether somebody can come or not, they have to extend that invitation.
Yep.
Wow. Justin McDonough, I have a question. Why would they let go? I would like to know why they were let go
From you.
from you guys. Why did you tell them they had to go on administrative leave? For what reason?
It's easy enough to look up.
That's all I wanna know.
Alpha male.
It doesn't matter. You guys have a right to tell us because I'm asking. Why were they let go? You have to tell us that.
the employees.
I would like to know.
It's an administrative leave. That means it came from administrative. You guys have to tell us why you let them go.
Roger, Dad, I have a question. If you don't have a manager, are you planning on turning to Mark to take over and do his job, a director?
No. Mark's always been here as a technical advisor.
But how is he still a manager if he has no access?
Still not.
You can't, so right now, he's not your manager, you fired
He's the
them.
manager, because you said you had a manager.
Answer the question.
It can't be.
There's a question on the table to the board members, right now.
Middle of the night, who's gonna go fix it?
That's, I have a question, and I want to answer.
Eric, are you gonna go fix it if the pump breaks tonight?
I'm on
That's-
coverage
that's
of just of
not
checking
what the
alarms
question is.
and, would have to make emergency calls.
Cost us money we don't have.
So a
I'm just
contingency,
checking
so a
along.
contingency plan if this, cause we did have contingency plan.
Yeah.
You have to have somebody to be able to contract go after, whether it's somebody in Helena or locally or whatever.
Right.
Who is that?
Cause I'd be doing it now, cause I bet I could go home and my pump would be going on, and I don't wanna see you there digging it up. I don't.
So you fired everybody and you have nobody on call.
No one's been fired. I mean.
He has no
You
access.
changed the locks.
He is not your manager if he has no access. He can't do nothing.
And not being paid,
And- right.
therefore fired.
My battery died.
Alright, we got it.
So I guess what's the step to get rid of the board?
Recall petition.
Which costs us money, but they
Yep.
could be bound up and
No,
just
we're gonna
step
cost us
down.
money as soon as something goes down there.
Just hit record, just switch it around here.
Or they could
There you go.
stand up
Or they
and
could
resign, as they've been
Well, they
Which
obviously,
repeatedly.
they're obviously just care about themselves and not the community.
Well, there's
So-
a
And they
great
don't care
reason
about
they're
the
doing this. They
district.
care about us.
Right,
I don't
yeah.
understand. I
So
asked a question. I'd like to
We
answer.
fire your employees, just so we care.
I had to do this once.
Tammy Jordan, so you have been asked now several times at this meeting to resign. Nobody is looking up, nobody is making any eye contact, nobody is taking this seriously from this board. You represent us, and you have done a very poor job doing so. Everybody in this room has now asked you to resign, and you won't even say a word about it.
I won't resign.
You won't resign.
No.
You have done so much wrong for this community, you should resign. And now you're gonna make this community pay for a recall to get you kicked off the board because you did all these things that your bylaws clearly say that you should not, could not, and wouldn't have done.
and the Montana Code annotated says you could not, should not, and would not have done.
What's really
It
bad
doesn't
is
care
you as a
about
board member access personal
Personal private
info,
information.
which only he is allowed to have access for.
Sounds like a civil case, doesn't it?
It sure does, sure does.
I'm still waiting for an answer.
I was a board chair and I couldn't,
You are
I
never gonna
couldn't
get
get
one from
one.
them.
It's
I
bullshit.
thought what the question was, we don't make.
The question is why were they not put on administrative leave?
And nobody will answer.
Cause they don't have a reason, it's retaliation.
Yeah.
I gave you.
They can't.
You
No,
gave no
no.
answer. That's why I'm asking the question. Give me an answer.
He gave us an answer, but you did not.
Can I read that?
Which one?
Read it.
Oh, my laptop.
Agenda. We know what the agenda is.
We all have copies.
The agenda is tough.
So how do we go about starting a recall? Because this is ridiculous. If they're not gonna answer us, then we need to take,
So we have to start a petition, 5% of the thing has to sign it. It goes in for the recall.
I
Just
have all
simple as
the
that.
information.
well, let's
What
get
do
it
we
going.
do
Let's get
about
it
these
going quick.
employees that don't have a job now for the next 2 months?
It
Why?
was,
Right.
it was an illegal meeting, they have jobs.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
give them,
you guys
they give
can't
them the
fire
keys
them.
to the lock and let them go back to work.
I think
and
we
pay
should
them.
go to the,
Lock
the
the
county
board out.
attorney tomorrow and lock the board out.
Lock the board out.
You as the ratepayers should demand that they be reinstated immediately.
Absolutely.
That's what we're demanding.
Yeah, we do, it's completely illegal.
Let's take a vote on it.
You can have a
Let's
legal
take a
meeting.
vote on it.
Micromanaging.
And, look, you can also fire employees, but you can't follow what the ratepayers want, because you're here for the 436 of us, or whatever it is, Mike.
And won't resign when somebody asks you, dude? Seriously?
I think 5% of the voting is in here. Seriously,
Amen.
I think so. We can do it tonight.
Let's
Do
do it.
Let's do it.
Let's vote it right now.
Now we
This
just gotta
has
put
gone
it
on
out.
long enough. We have gone through so much as a community with sewer boards. We don't
Yeah.
deserve you and you
We're
don't
sick of our
deserve us.
money getting wasted and pissed away.
We need to stand here. We gotta fill in this position as well, so I resign. Who doesn't wanna be on this board? There in Norfolk County, because that's what needs to go now. With all the line and stuff that's been happening, that we need an investigation from the inside as well. Especially, it just, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So, again, I'd ask, this would be my third time for you, Eric. I ask you for a third time to resign on the grounds that you've lied to me on 3 different occasions, documented in the minutes, and it has to do with the application fees on the district, for the district. Okay?
Yep.
Mike,
I would add to what
Mike,
Frank
hang on
said.
here. Mike, I'm asking you to resign for the first time, because you're not a qualified person to be on the board. Because of your residency. And the rest of the board members, I hope you stay, I hope you get reelected and do that, and,
Mark
Then you
needs to
take
resign
yourself
because
off
he's
the
not a
board.
qualified director, right?
Be involved.
All right, Mike, you got anything else? Did you want me to read off that one?
Unless you wanna seal the signatures,
Yeah.
man up and,
All right,
man up and resign.
that's in for comments. Got a motion for meeting adjournment?
Hold
Oh, sorry.
No, there was,
Oh,
I had
sorry,
one more
sorry.
comment.
Sorry, Forrest, we have Zoom, I'm sorry.
I wanted to second everything that Frank just said. You
Okay.
guys need to go.
And third and fourth and
And
fifth.
everybody in this room who
Everybody.
votes
Aye.
Aye.
I think if the community knew even half of what went on tonight, they'd all say leave.
Oh, it's going on.
Oh,
That video.
We'll be sharing.
Yeah. Sleep well.
I think every Lincoln citizen should be appalled at what's going on.
Can I ask why you won't resign? Can I
That's a
ask
good
that?
question. Yeah.
For what reason will you not resign? Either one of you. Eric?
No, both of you.
I have,
Both of you. I wanna know why. Why
I have a
won't you?
fulfillment agreement of 40 years to sit in this position.
You don't have.
But
to
you're not
fulfill
doing
it.
the position.
Okay, in that fulfillment agreement, have you fulfilled what you agreed to do?
No,
No.
you won't even approve the
Okay, so
financials.
then, we're asking you to resign, why won't you resign?
A second.
we got a second on my real safety employee. Third.
Fourth,
Fifth.
actually, let's
Everybody.
do a whole
Okay.
vote.
You guys.
Vote down, reinstate them.
Mike, how about you?
You have
Pardon me, why won't you resign?
I won't resign because I feel I'm doing the best work for the entire district.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, let him finish, he has a right to speak, go ahead.
I feel like I'm doing the right work for the entire district for the future. And I do know that some of this is difficult and emotional, and what's going on since Thursday, I think when it comes out, emotional, more, obviously to be clear, that we need to move the district forward in a manner that it can always go forward and not pollute the Blackfoot River, this upper Blackfoot, watershed. My main concern is that we get the finances and operations in line so that we can change the main line from the Blackfoot station that goes underneath the river to the settling ponds if we need to. Right now, we're in a total state of disarray for many years. Somebody asked earlier about why I was going back to these yearly reports. And I go back as far as I need to go to gain information, to glean the information, to move forward in a structured, thoughtful manner for the future. I don't like to sit here and get my ass chewed all night.
Well, quit breaking the freaking rules and laws.
But I'm telling you my honest, motivation. And
Then tell us
I
why
have a
there's such a
question.
detriment.
Thank
I
you
have
for
a
that,
question.
thank you, I just needed an answer, thank you.
Has this information been shared with the rest of the board, or just the three of you?
Nope.
Two of you, whoever it is?
I've tried to share it with Susie.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
wow.
Come on.
I do have a comment, it's Lori Welty. None of what you just said has any bearing on what happened with these employees.
I
Not
understand.
nothing, and you're talking about future, when you can't even conduct yourself appropriately for the present.
I understand your frustration and your,
It's more than frustration.
can I talk?
There's a fact, we just laid it out that you were not following board protocol when you fired or put on, you can call it administrative leave, whatever you want, but you had no business doing what you did to the employees.
You don't know that right now.
Then
I'm
tell us,
sorry
if
to do it.
you just stated with everything you laid out, it was just proven that it was not an official act.
That there was a quorum, that there was not a meeting,
This is,
that there was.
the only statement I can make is this is a personnel issue that we can't make public for legal reasons.
So Nate Lynch, I'm very familiar with personnel issues, I run a bunch of businesses, so my question would be is, if we're not giving causation for the firing or leave of the employee, right? It's an unpaid leave, is that your statement?
Yes.
Okay. Are we opening ourselves up to a civil litigation case?
Yes.
Hold
So
on.
wouldn't the remedy?
Are you asking me or the
I'm
person?
asking you.
I don't know that.
Okay, the answer is yes. So without causation, and without pay, we're opening ourselves up to civil litigation. Who pays for that litigation? Who pays for that court case should the complainants win?
We do.
We do.
Yes.
So my recommendation would be, is if you're not gonna fully reinstate the positions, at least pay them while you're figuring it out. Cause you're opening me up to open my pocketbook up. That's bullshit.
Workman's comp, don't get behind on
Yeah,
that.
so pay the guys if you're not gonna reinstate them.
Oh, wait a second.
Don't pay our bills.
Right there, are you implying, by your statements, as I understand it, you seem to be implying that these guys have dramatically broken the law,
And they're criminals.
and that they've done something criminal.
I didn't say that.
There's a very simple solution to rectify an error, right? The solution is to pay the employees, that way you're not opening the town up to civil litigation.
Okay.
And so why aren't we doing that?
Put them on paid leave, yeah.
Put them on paid leave.
They don't have a bookkeeper.
We'll take that under advisement.
How are they gonna pay them?
Under advisory,
You don't have a bookkeeper, how are you gonna pay them?
and just so you know, when you guys do make that decision, it needs to be in a
You have to let the
public meeting.
bookkeeper run payroll every good so often.
Well, they're gonna hire out of town and have people do
Commissioner
their jobs.
political practices, so everybody wants to know about recalls, go to the Commissioner Political Practice website, see what it's there, it's real simple, I think we just did it tonight. So there may be a form coming around,
Just sign it.
and now we have an election coming up, we need to make sure that these things are certified by the board, and so far, I don't see a board myself.
We don't.
Does anybody see a board?
No.
Functioning board?
No.
I see two members that have not been asked to resign, but I see the other two that have, and I'm not even gonna get into Mark because that's the same thing, he's not eligible to be.
And they just refuse to do
statement, or?
Do you really wanna see all the signatures?
We've got two Zoom guests. One is Jeffrey Mager. Mager family's been a long time.
We know.
Okay. Let me turn this up. Okay, Jeffrey, go ahead.
Thanks, Mike. Look, folks, I've attended, this is the second, board meeting I've attended. What I've seen so far, the dynamics, particularly Mike, Mike is my support. He's doing everything he should be doing, what I can see so far. So that's the first thing. The second is, we're still talking and there's no action. And last time we talked about the financials. We're still talking about the financials. The financials are not accurate, from what I understand. And until financials are accurate, any action that we take is not gonna be credible. That's gotta be cleaned up. And I don't wanna get into another board meeting where we're talking about financials are not accurate and we can't make a decision. The second item that we're still talking about is there are accounts receivable that are over 90 days. There's some people who are not paying their sewer bills. And in the last meeting, we talked about, there's a remedy for that. And that remedy is you put the lien on somebody's property. I'm still hearing no action on that. The third item is we're still talking about the county attorney. I made an observation last time that if the county attorney is not responding, the board should invite that county attorney to the meeting and address ratepayers on what's going on. I understand there may be thousands, 10,000, maybe even more than $100,000 that is unaccountable.
What?
No.
Since when? No.
So
You're welcome to come down and take a look at our books.
that's absolutely unsaid. So we pay $47 a month for sewer service. You know, if we had that amount in proper accounting, maybe everybody's rate would be $30, but we don't know. So I would strongly suggest we get some action on these outstanding issues, because otherwise we're gonna just keep talking and talking and talking, something's gonna happen.
Until you get a legitimate board, you're not gonna be able to do
Mr.
anything.
Mager,
You don't have all
Susie
the
Garing,
Can you hear?
board member, I don't believe that you are getting accurate information. I think that the information you've received is skewed, and, the only person in these meetings that doesn't accept the financials is Mike. Everybody else,
If you think I'm getting skewed, why don't we get it from the legal source? Why don't we get the county attorney to weigh in on this matter?
You show us where that money is.
Subjective
What
discussion.
money?
I don't know what money you're talking about that's missing. Are you talking about the previous employees' theft?
Yes.
That's a different matter.
It's gone. That's why we have an attorney working on a criminal case for the district.
Well, we heard that last time, so what's the status on the attorney's actions?
You just updated it.
Yeah, at the beginning of the meeting.
Eric just went through it.
Whose action item is it to get the attorney to the board to address this issue?
The county attorney, my name's Frank Malik, the county attorney will not come down here and do any legal business within the district unless it has to do with elections and something on that part. We are our own government agency. We're not an incorporated town, so this is it. We're made up of a board of directors.
Significant malfeasance here.
Say it again?
Yeah, by the board.
It is by the board, sir. That's why we're here having an issue. Not the board, but there's two or three
We're still
individuals.
talking about it. When are we gonna see some action?
That's what we're resigning, sir. We've asked for them to resign. We've asked for them to resign, sir. And I'll tell you what, I've been here my whole life. I wasn't born here, but I was conceived. And I've been here the whole time. I don't know what more to tell you.
Mike, I said what I wanted to say.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Show us the whole room.
Is there any other,
Oh my God,
any other comments or questions on Zoom?
that's ridiculous. Everybody's
Jar.
entitled to their opinion. Who is that?
access on.
Could you introduce yourself?
Who are you?
Hey, Shar, can I interrupt you for a second?
Sure.
This is Mrs. Shar Mahard, ratepayer on D Street, and they just wanna know who you are here.
Oh, I'm just the ratepayer. But I'm also an accountant, and I've had a lot of discussions because the numbers that we're talking about, and I think you're all could share that with me, or you couldn't, you don't know, but to share the exasperation, because we don't really know what the facts are. And I'm a linear person, so facts are pretty important, so then I wanted to know, well, where is this loss that we suffered on the balance sheet? And I have not seen where that's, I haven't seen anything. So I wanted to come to the meeting and not realizing a lot of what was gonna happen here, but I too am frustrated with what's happening with the county attorney, that there's been no movement. And I just wondered if there needed to be a squeaky wheel. And the other thing is that I'm concerned with whatever's going on in the world, that there's gonna be rate increases, you know, for us living in Lincoln. And boy, you know, that doesn't sit very well with me if we don't have really good information. So that's all I wanted to share, and I'd be happy to go park myself at the county attorney's office and talk to them. I would do that.
What loss?
Thank you.
I think they're still focusing on previous.
Well, you gotta take me up on my offer.
We will.
Good, because I mean it.
Yeah.
What offer is that?
Okay. Got a motion to adjourn the meeting? Motion Dan, second. All in favor, say aye. Alright, this meeting is adjourned. Note that special meeting I know it says our next meeting is March 3rd, 2026. We will have a special meeting soon before that, and it will be noted out to everybody in the community. Date, time, and place.
Resign.
Needs to be noticed far in advance.
Yep, move to the barn, do that. Resign. Wow, it never does. That was a good one there.